Let's welcome back our co-host. He is a New York Times best-selling author, retired firefighter safety engineer, Mr. John Gilstrand.
Good morning. I was sitting here and I was just thinking one of my favorite television series, one of the best written series ever, was The Wire.
That's top five.
Absolutely.
All time. Oh,
I'd say the best.
Yeah, set in Baltimore. That is the drug
intense.
issues there.
The second season was a little bit
yeah.
of an odd selection, but overall and in general,
I know, but it just showed that underbelly of Baltimore in a way that I thought was amazing.
And very much based on things that actually happened.
Yeah.
In fact, my son's first real job out of college was in the Baltimore City Courthouse, and many of the people he worked with knew the featured characters in that program.
Yep.
And in fact, he kind of saw some of the things in the courthouse that they used on the show, which he thought was pretty neat.
Yeah. A couple of buddies of mine, Baltimore City cops.
We just realized that he's an avowed socialist. Mike Gallers Jr. is now part of the program as well. Good morning, Mike.
What an introduction. Good morning.
Feel free to defend yourself.
Did you like The Wire?
Oh, I love The Wire. Love The Wire.
He just said it. We thought it was the top.
The best. Sopranos comes in at number 2. House of Cards comes in at number 3.
Not the last season, though.
That's
After
not
Kevin
canon.
Spacey was.
That is not canon to me. But yeah,
problem. Yeah.
that is the top 3.
And I would have to put Breaking Bad in my top 10 as well.
Yeah,
Right.
that's up there.
Our guest in this segment is the mayor of the city of Martinsburg, which is, last I checked, a good hour and a half away from Baltimore. Kevin Knowles. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. That must be the key word today. Baltimore.
Mayor?
Baltimore.
Yeah, I knew.
Ray Donovan is number 1.
Ray Donovan is in my
That was
top
good,
10
yeah.
as well.
I do forget about Ray.
The first.
Don't ever forget. He might be sitting next to you.
And that show ended one season too early, by the way. They
Yes.
were going to finish it up the next
They
year.
made a movie, didn't they?
Yes.
They did make a Ray
Yeah.
Donovan movie. The last season got a little bit away from them as well, and Ray Donovan, when the daughter is helping to chop up bodies and moves on. I don't think so.
I started to
Even Meadow
rewatch
Soprano
it.
didn't have to do that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm starting to rewatch it a little bit.
The first 3-4 seasons of that are just excellent. Yeah, Ray Donovan, that was another good one. Mayor, so how are you, man?
Doing good. I was doing good until I
Tuned into Little Baltimore.
until I tuned in and listened to my chief and your new cohort here. You know? Being an educator, if anytime you ever want to get educated on the city of Baltimore and the city of Martinsburg, I'd be more than happy to sit down with you and have that conversation.
This sounds like a threat.
No, that is an open
Say
invitation.
no. Say no. I know this guy.
I know.
Nice car you got out.
John's over there throwing softballs. All of a sudden, talking about Baltimore and using a TV show.
They might just have someone else start your car when you leave.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. In Mike's defense, he was saying when he first moved here, he didn't make this up. He was told this by a person who's a resident of the city.
And my thing is, to Martinsburg's
Take the good with the
credit,
bad.
I never saw these characterizations. So I was like, why is this called like? Because it's where I do all the shopping. We have to go to Martinsburg because there's nothing in Charlestown.
Oh.
And Martinsburg is all the action, but I don't see any.
The city has had its history.
Crime.
No, it has had its history. I mean, that term got really prevalent back in 2015 to 2017 when the opioid epidemic hit here locally in the state, and we had nothing to prepare us for that. And there's a lot of things that have happened through changing that perception through education. The only way you're going to change perception is education. So I'm going to educate you a little bit and tell you that
As he cracks his knuckles.
that's my
It is his nickname, Knuckles Knowles.
But they after all that started to hit, people were dying left and right, from overdose and overdose deaths, and the county, there's a couple guys in the county, a couple county commissioners at the time that put their proverbial head on the block and said that we're going to stop this, and we all collaborated together to bring resources here locally. Our day report is one of the top ones in the state, if not the best in the state. We have other resources. We have a resource center that started off in this county, now is duplicated in about 10 or 12 counties in the state, and we've seen a big turnaround. Also, we've added 3 social workers to our police department so that we're addressing those issues as they pop up. So that term don't get me wrong, I hear it every once in a while, and when I hear it, the first thing I do is try to educate the individual and try to let them know where we were and where we're at today, because we are not identified as Little Baltimore anymore. We're identified as what you just said, a place to come and shop and walk around.
Let's talk impact fees, Mr. Mayor.
Did you talk enough about that this week or what?
Not enough, apparently, because I invited you here to talk even more about impact fees. So you, I assume by this time, have heard Councilman Baker's interview on this show, or at least parts of it. And he was not happy at all that the city of Martinsburg was included, and made that very clear during his appearance. We had Eddie Gokenauer and Steve Catlett from the County Commission on yesterday. Eddie continues to insist that to this day, that he would like to find a way to exclude the city from the impact fees. What are your thoughts?
Well, yes, we were upset. No, there's no doubt about it, and I truly believe that the intent by the county commission was not to include the city of Martinsburg. And I wear kind of a dual hat here. I represent the Home Builders Association in the Eastern Panhandle, and we've been active in that process as far as going to those meetings and having some input. And I had no idea that the city was going to be pulled into that. So that being said, of course, that initial reaction is that feels like a slap at first, but when you really look at it and understand the individuals that are involved, the county commissioners, I consider those guys friends of mine also, and that I really don't believe that was an intent on their part. I do believe that the legal the legal advice they get, I don't accept it. I just like any other court type possible hearing, you're going to have two sides. You're going to have a lawyer to say that it's not legal and a lawyer that says it's legal. So they still had the power to keep us out with the risk of having some suits coming at them. But they also voted to keep us in at the risk of having not only a suit from the city, but it kind of puts a strain then of a relationship that has gone a real far away from where it used to be. I mean,
in a good way.
The city and county, as I see it, has been getting along better than I've ever seen it, and I want that to continue. So
Commissioner Gokenauer, he's the commission president, said that they've actually talked with you about bringing a friendly lawsuit to try to get this issue settled permanently, judicially.
Well, currently what we're doing, we've taken the stance at this point that we're going to help in any way to have input on the capital improvements that were not included by Parks and Rec and by the Board of Ed that includes the city. Based on what we see out of that, it's going to make a decision what we do moving forward. I would like to see that work out. I'd like to see it work out so everybody can move forward.
Are you going to receive any money for public safety from these fees if they do generate?
No, being that we have our own police department, our own fire department, we will not receive any of that. The monies that are supposed to come back into the city are for capital improvements, and that's not new stuff. That's any expansions or anything like that of any schools within the. That's what it's supposed to be. But any schools in the city or any parks and any parks that we have within the city, and Parks and Rec has sent us a capital improvement plan within the city for us to take a look at, and we have not heard or seen anything from Board of Ed as of this time. But that doesn't mean that's not being worked on. But we're in the process right now. We had talked to the city council that this is the way we want to go first. We want to be amicable as much as we can, but if it comes down to it, then we have to look at other ways. And yes, there is an option that possibly we can have a joint type lawsuit that doesn't get down in the dirt and really to get
not adversarial,
right? Really to get a decision made one way or the other.
I'm not sure I really understand why this is such a problem. I mean, it's a source of additional income with minimal political impact because y'all didn't ask for this, and it doesn't affect current minimal impact on excuse me, current residents. This is for people who are building new things in the city. So I don't understand why there's such political turmoil over this.
Well, I mean, the home builders themselves, they have to either eat that cost up, or they pass it on to the people that are buying. But there is an
But
administrative.
it's less than a stove.
Yeah,
right?
But it's administratively it's tough, because we have a process when somebody comes in and wants to build. Now they will have to come in and show a receipt that they have paid that impact fee, the builder, before they can start that process. So that could slow things up. We also have about 1,800 residences coming online here in the next year or two from the city that haven't even started the permit process, and they're going to be affected. Those developers are going to be affected by that, and that could change their decisions if they're putting in, just for an example, if they're putting in 50 townhomes, and that's each home is assessed $3,100 or $3,500. I don't know if that's going to make a change in their mind and how they do business within the city. But we're growing, and we're gonna work with whatever comes our way, and try to find the best possible way to get through this without getting knee-jerk reactions. And again, I can't say enough for. I heard yesterday that Eddie and Steve said that their job is to do the best and make the county the best, and they're right. I believe that, and my job is to make the city of Martinsburg the best city in the state of West Virginia, and we're currently number 6 in population, and we're on the verge of possibly being number 5. So I mean, those are big deals. Those are big deals.
So when you talk to Eddie and the folks in the county who are in favor of the impact fees, how is their situation different than the city's situation in terms of the impact fees are good for the county but bad for the city?
Well, the city has things in place to take care of all their services, where the county doesn't. So they need more officers. They need to work on that judicial center. I see.
So the monies that would ordinarily go but won't go in the city would go toward police and fire, can't be reassigned within the city to something else?
Not as I understand it. So,
I mean, so it's just dead money.
Yeah. So I don't. There's the 31 or 3,500, whatever the number is going to go to Parks and Rec and to the Judicial Center and Board of Ed. So
Okay.
that's my understanding.
In your dual role, as mayor with the home builders, are you obviously it's exciting to have all these homes being built, more people moving in, but is it a concern to you balancing growth and then balancing potential now safety with the population growing by hundreds and thousands?
Well, and that's realistically, that's what impact fees are supposed to do, is to help pay for that infrastructure. Is this something that should have been done years ago? Possibly. Keep in mind the city of Martinsburg has zoning. The county didn't, so at that time they weren't able to do anything. But since that change of the law that they didn't need to have zoning, they took advantage of that. And I see their point on a political side and on a municipal side. I see their point with it. But the point that I'm making is that we were completely out of it. We did not have any input on it, and when it came to us, it was all said and done, which at that point develops a knee-jerk reaction, and it's not a knee-jerk reaction right now. We've sat and we've talked to Eddie and Steve, and we feel that we have a good direction right now moving forward, and if that's something that isn't going to work out, then we have to sit down and talk other options, if any.
When do they become effective?
It's my understanding October 1st.
That's correct. Yeah, October 1. I was in Frederick County, and still live there in Maryland, when impact fees were adopted in the early 2000s. And the arguments there against them are the same as the ones that are here now. And the desire for impact fees was, one, to try to slow growth, which they do not do, and two, to use those funds as a way to catch up in emergency services, schools, libraries, the demands that new growth brings for services.
Because Frederick hasn't slowed down at
No.
all.
No, it hasn't.
With building.
And when they came in with those impact fees, I think they were $12,000. I think something to that effect, and I think they're up to $18,000 now or whatever. My understanding is Loudoun County's impact fees are way in excess of that. They don't slow down the growth. So no one's going to look at a purchase of a $400,000 house and go, I can't buy it now that it's $405 because of the impact fees. That's just not going
They won't
to
know
happen.
about the impact fees.
They won't.
Yeah.
They-
It's
because
buried in
gonna
it.
Be it's
Well,
going
if
to
they're
be part of
listening
the
to
price.
this show, they definitely know.
They will know, but the people that are moving here from elsewhere are most likely moving from areas that had impact fees. That's probably going to be the case. And as John said, it's just going to be part of the home price that you buy. The house will be a little bit more expensive. Jason Baker's complaint was, as the houses become more expensive because of those impact fees, the assessments of the houses goes up. The taxes then become higher for the resident of that property. And if you are a resident on a fixed income and you're elderly and there's not more money coming in, there's not a whole lot more you can do to get more money coming in. Every extra dollar going out is a strain.
Yeah, and he's correct. I believe that too, but I don't know of any other way around it. I think yesterday Eddie even expressed that some of the things that the county didn't want to do is because of what it would be the impact for the senior citizens. But we're hopeful. We're hopeful that one. Let's keep in mind too that they did not pick the higher. They could have went higher.
Yes, they could have.
But that does not stop them down the road from going higher. So is this the start of something at that level that's going to go
Jefferson recently bumped back up to the higher level.
Go up to higher level. And the difference between there was a lawsuit that went in favor of the county in Jefferson County. The difference at that time, and Andy Blake was the Ranson city manager at the time, and it was Ranson that made the suit, and they found in favor of the county. The difference was that Jefferson County, from the get-go, was including Ranson, and they made it very clear that they were going to be part of it. And the difference between that and us is we did not have any. We had no clue at all. We stayed out of it, and now we're playing catch up. And whether we could catch up in a good positive manner, which is the hopes, or not, that remains to be seen.
If impact fees are only for new construction, how does it go and affect the property taxes?
Well, I think Jason said it. If you have a house that's built next to you that would have been $100,000, now it's $105 or $110, whatever the fees may be at that time. That's going
via appreciation.
That's going to increase your value of your house. Your price is going to go up. When it gets assessed, your assessment's going to go up. I mean, that's how I see it working.
Jefferson's getting.
Yeah, but to lobby against appreciating how property values.
Well, but
it's kind of a loser.
Jason's point is, if you're elderly,
Yeah.
then
It's just the
it's
elderly
more
is on
expense going out.
another $50 to $100 a year or a month is a big deal to someone.
Well, I
on
understand.
a fixed income.
The solution there, I would think, would be to come up with a law that somehow caps income tested, caps property taxes for people of a certain age in a certain circumstance.
Well, we have a homestead exemption, and the state's legislators have failed to increase it every time they've been asked. That's one of the ways
Yeah,
of
that'd be the
balancing
way.
appreciation taxes.
And Florida's trying to get rid of property tax altogether.
You mean real estate property tax?
Yeah.
Really?
It's that alligator Alcatraz, man. Trashed
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
values.
Do they have any taxes at all down there?
That's what I'm saying.
There's no state income tax. I do know that.
No.
Yeah. Kevin, let's talk the final 5 minutes that we have here about a few projects being completed in the city. What's the latest on the park situation, by the way? Not city, but the park you got grant funding for that was kind of held up for a while. And
Yeah, we received
The trail is what it is.
We received for the Creekside plan that we have that it's going to connect the trail from Charlestown to
Oh, yeah.
Martinsburg
Okay.
and
Little Martinsburg. Yeah.
no, Big Martinsburg. It's going to connect that trail, and we've been having meetings to move that process along. So I believe that we're going to see some action with that sometime in the spring to start moving that. So we're working with the county on that. We've included the county on our grant to be able to build that.
You cracked a little smile when you said that there, Kevin.
Well, you know what? I enjoy working with the county when things go well. I mean, who wouldn't, right?
Sure, good people.
And then hey, you know what? You got to take your punches too. So
Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
But anyway, that plan is moving forward, and also there's a plan to take the old Union Dodge and turn it into a federal building. The federal building on King Street is getting small. They're going to increase their size, and there's a company that worked on the Shenandoah that's going to work on Union Dodge. I believe that might be in the final stages of contract or whatever. I'm
That
not
still
sure.
Buzz's property?
Yeah, maybe I'm speaking out of line, but I'm speaking anyway. You guys have been speaking out of line all week, so I might as well.
Oh, hell, I'm
you know.
on 15 years now. Here.
I might as well get on board here. But yeah, so that's going to be exciting. You know, you're going to have federal offices on the second floor and possibly retail on the bottom floor. So that's going to be a nice little influx to the downtown area. You're seeing a lot more busy restaurants downtown and a lot of good things happening.
How are the construction of the units going across from the Mission there, the new apartments that were being built?
Well, I mean, they've celebrated the year of occupancy, so they've gotten 200 apartments that have been rented and have been rented for a year, and they're starting to renew those leases, and they're moving forward with the phase 2 and phase 3. And every time I go over there, I might go over there once a month or once every other month, and it's amazing the work that they do, and the restaurant that they're going to have in there. It's a barbecue restaurant that signed a 10-year lease to go in there up front there. So that's exciting stuff in that area.
What's the total number of units when they complete that, do you know?
I believe it's like 390, maybe 400, but it's in the high 300s.
Can you physically see more people walking around the city with those 200 units rented? Or
Well, definitely,
more traffic?
definitely up in that area. Yes, and you know, I see down by the garage area and areas like that. You know, different times of the day. I mean, keep in mind probably during the regular hours,
People are at work.
people are working, but you know, on weekends, I see more traffic.
Is the plan to develop that entire facility? Like, there's that drive-through
Yes.
area and all that. That whole building is going to
Yes.
be wow.
Yeah, well, that you're talking about the walkway.
Yeah, there's like a tunnel and
Yeah, well, that walkway there is all copper, so they're going to bring that back to life, and that's part of the phases that they're working on too over there. And underneath there's going to be a garage underneath.
cool.
Are there any other additional plans that you're aware of, Kevin, for older buildings that are going to get a renovation or a new investment?
No, well, right now they're working on the Market House, and that should hopefully be done here in the near future. And you're going to see new streetscape in the downtown area. New street lights are going to be put in, bring them update and bring them brighter, so that it has that brightness within the downtown area.
Very good. And this is Labor Day weekend. Will you be at the breakfast?
You know, Labor Day weekend, I get shots at that every year because my family doesn't live here, and there's only certain times of the year that I get to spend with my family, my grandkids, and that. And one of them happens to be over Labor Day. So, you know, if I have to choose my family over a breakfast, I'm choosing my family all the time.
Family's important.
Some days I choose breakfast.
I could have breakfast.
Because you've got little kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin, good to see you again. Any final thoughts?
No, I just want to emphasize that Martinsburg is growing real quick, real fast, and I tell people keep your eyes and ears open, and if you ever need to hear anything more about the city of Martinsburg, feel free to give me a call personally. I'll be more than sit down and educate you and tell you exactly all the good things that have changed and the good things that are happening.
Mike, just remember to get somebody else to start your car this
Yeah.
month. Nux, good to see you again.
It's good to be here.